Hey folks, come and join the magic every Saturday night at 9 p.m. Eastern on Show Me Your Pick with my good friend Fruitcake Tony and the live crew.
Hey, what's happening?
Guys, Tony, what's up, brother?
What's happening,
It's
dude?
good to see you, my man.
Good to see you too, man. Happy Saturday.
You know, not for nothing, but there's a big basketball game that just started.
Yes,
And
it
we
is.
know who we're rooting for around here since this is North
Yes,
Carolina.
and it is a absolute huge game.
You got to keep me updated on the score because I don't have it in front of me.
If you watch college basketball, we are watching Duke and Carolina at the present time, and yeah, nice to see you.
I hope everybody in the chat is doing well.
April 2nd, 2022. Um, yeah. And we're just a couple of days away, Charles, from Mammoth and Dirty Honey in
We are.
Raleigh.
Yes, we
Yes,
are. I can't
we're a
wait.
couple of days away. Yeah. Let's give them a sneak peek, shall we?
Absolutely.
There
Look
you
at that.
go.
There
Right
it
there.
is.
5 p.m. Eastern on Tuesday. This Tuesday.
This coming Tuesday. And I'll share with the chat. Tony and I are talking. We're fully intend on being right up front and center, catching picks, acting like we're 20 years old. We may go down in flames. We may not. Hey, but you guys will be there and watch the whole thing. It'll be really cool.
Right.
Very cool.
Exactly.
I'm excited, man.
Yeah.
It's going to be awesome. We are going to get up front. We're going to have a wonderful time. And, all the COVID restrictions are down in North Carolina. So it's an open show.
Yeah.
Open show, you guys. Can't wait. Hey, we miss Sandra. I know Sandra's ill, under the weather. We love you, sweetheart. Miss you.
Feel better, babe.
Yep. Analog kid, man. I miss you. Get well, my man. And Lenny Lou, Mary, Lenny, I hope you're healing up well. Can't wait to hear from you.
Yeah.
And we've been seeing Tommy. I'm so glad Tommy's doing better.
Yeah.
I miss him too. So.
Yeah. He messaged me earlier. He cannot, unfortunately, join us.
Yeah. That's cool.
But yes. So yeah. Nice to see everybody on a Saturday night. Yeah. So let's see who's with us, Charles. Polly Walnuts.
Polly, what's up, bro?
In the house.
Good to see you.
Yeah. And Keith Campbell and Christopher Livesawa.
Keith, Christopher.
Ed is here
Ed
tonight.
Dubrell, what's up, bro?
Let's see. Dan is here. Dan in New Jersey.
See you,
Guitar
Dan.
Man 45.
Hey,
I
Guitar
saw
Man.
Papa Blue here.
Papa.
Holly Lewis.
Holly, it's good to see you,
Hello,
sweetheart.
ma'am. And we'll catch them when they arrive. Yeah.
Hey, that's all the usual suspects. That's it. Great.
Yeah, nice.
It's good to see all you guys. It's good to see you guys.
Yeah. So we have some trivia later, which I think I forgot to. No, I did show you, Charles. I did show you. Yeah.
You did.
We got some Lita Ford trivia for you guys and some really cool Lita Ford stuff to show you.
Yeah.
Yeah. So with Brendan and Sandra out tonight, we have decided to postpone for a week until next week's Show Me Your Pick. Our new trivia, 10-shot rock and roll trivia.
I cannot wait for that. That's going to be so much fun.
Yeah. But we will roll that out next week.
Now, Brendan's not sick too, is he, Tony?
No.
Good.
Yeah.
All right. I miss you too, Brendan.
Another engagement that he had to attend.
Yeah, life happens, brothers. Let me tell you what.
But yeah, so we'll move that till next week. But I do have a cool trivia question for him, right, Charles?
Yes, it is. It's a good one, guys.
Yeah.
If you know your Lita, little Lita, you'll do all right. Absolutely, man. Absolutely. Hey, Holly Lewis is in the chat, Tony. Let me take a second. Holly, I saw you posted up a complete set of your Tinker mugs, and I got to tell you, they make really good gifts. They really do. So I'm gonna be contacting you. You've got 3 or 4 more that I just absolutely love. You guys should check them out in the chat if you haven't. I'm sure all you guys probably have, but they are.
You have one already, right?
I got a couple. And
you got one nearby?
No, not within hand's reach. Not in the room. They're all in a cabinet. I'm sipping on a Starbucks kind of a deal right now, but yeah, they are outstanding. So anyway, just wanted to let you know, kiddo. Since I got your ear right here,
Right on.
Yeah, I saw. I missed Halenville the other night. I'm sorry, I had to work. I saw listening to Simon and Neil and you guys. It was an awesome show. I actually called Neil yesterday, and we set forward on a 5150 build. And he's very busy, so it's going to take a little while. He's in no hurry. I'm in no rush. I'm not rushing him, and it's all good. But he's going to try out another beautiful guitar. I can't wait to show you guys. Can't wait to play it. Very, very cool. Very cool.
Right on.
Yeah.
Hot damn, Charles.
You got a guitar coming.
5150.
Yeah. You got something in the works too that's pretty darn unique.
Yeah,
unique in a 5150. Now that I think about it.
But so on yours, what relicking are you getting? Are you getting in it how it looks now, or how it looked at?
He hasn't actually. Neil and I haven't finalized on actual in specs. He's procuring the parts, the neck, the body, doing all of that right now. I mean, since I called him yesterday, he probably hasn't even started. He's a busy guy. He's
Oh yeah.
building a lot of guitars.
Yeah,
But I'm on his. I'm on his list. He's got just the basics right now. We'll unfold it as
okay.
it happens.
Yeah, man.
It's
I'm
going to be a lot of
excited.
fun. There's some surprises, and I don't want to let the cat out of the bag too soon.
Surprises.
Tony and I are both letting Neil just get his art on, guys, and
So what are you talking about surprises, dude?
I'm just going to shut my mouth, baby.
Oh man.
It's going to be really cool, though. It's very cool, very cool.
Um
And you guys
well,
will get to see it. It'll be
well
awesome.
good, dude.
Promise.
Yeah.
Promise.
Yeah. Well, good, dude. Right on. So yeah, Neil's hot at work for a lot of us. Um, and if you're interested in a guitar, we'll show you Neil's links. They're always down in the description of these shows. But yeah,
Hey, did I hear that right? That Simon's going to play
hey Tim,
uh, Brendan's shovel guitar? Did I hear all that right? I was dying to
you
talk to
did,
Brendan
dude.
about that. That is flipping awesome. Congratulations to you, Brendan. That is so cool. I know you're super proud, and I can't wait to see that. I mean, that is like on my list. I can't wait. Absolutely cannot wait.
Um, yeah. So Simon, the Melbourne show has once again been postponed to May 19th. And if you watch the
Mhm.
replay of this past Wednesday's HALENVILLE Live here on this channel,
Mhm.
Simon talks about the date change. So that is Thursday, May 19th there, Wednesday, May 18th here.
Mhm.
Um,
Mhm. That's basically 1 month extension. Is that about
yeah,
right? Yeah.
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 Yeah, and
Very cool.
our Brendan B squared has made Simon a EVH style striped shovel guitar, which is awesome. Um, and he
The
has
fact that
sent it,
Simon
and
Hosford,
he,
who I
yeah,
consider to be an unbelievable guitar player, he's on another level that I will never even imagine getting um, to play that instrument live is
he's
awesome.
talking about playing the intro
Great.
to Dirty Movies on the shovel,
Jeez, no kidding.
dude. Yeah,
Can't wait. Cannot wait. That is just too cool. That is so cool.
I know, right?
Brendan, right there, buddy. Brendan. That's what
Yes,
I'm gonna say. Man, oh
yeah,
man.
man. But no, so he was making this shovel for a little while, but he was a little worried about the shipping time and the show, the original day of show, and so this gives him more shipping time. He's not worried about that anymore.
That is awesome. That is
Um,
cool. That is
yeah.
just unbelievably great. Oh man, I'm gonna read some of the chat here, see what these people are all doing, man. Look at you guys.
I have got some really cool Lita Ford guitar picks
Yes, you do.
tonight. Um, but no, it's kind of fitting that it's Lita Ford because Lita, since we won't be seeing any of where are they at? Oh Lord, any of these.
That's it.
Lita actually has her butt on the back of some of her pics. So we'll get into that later, but yeah,
Yes, we will.
kind of fitting.
I see Christopher Sow as you're such a rocker, Christopher. His one of his responses in the chat, he's if he gets that $400 for his car insurance, he's gonna meet us at the Ritz. I love it, man. That's awesome.
You can do that, dude.
You are welcome, bro. That's killer.
That's this Tuesday. Yeah, me and that guy.
This guy right there. That guy right there, man. Yeah, man, we're gonna grab some tacos down the street. There's a great little restaurant right down the street. It's a block
It
away.
is. It is.
Check that out. Yeah, man, I can't wait. I can't wait. It's funny, we're talking about Lita Ford. We got a WASP show, November, I guess it is. It's been a couple of weeks since I even thought about it, but that was interesting. We got Lita on tonight, and she was married to Chris Holmes at the very beginning of the 90s. She was married to him for a brief period of time, but it's funny because I saw something somewhere where she used to do a Headbangers Ball on MTV. I don't know if you guys remember that. And in fact, that's some of her best stuff. And you really got to kind of know her a little bit and kind of see exactly who she was. And she makes a statement in there. She says that she ran into Chris Holmes in a bar, and she says it kind of very vaguely, but I distinctly remember her walking with Chris down Sunset Boulevard in the middle of 1983. And and she's telling that story. It was probably 95 when she was actually telling that story. And I just found it hilarious, Yeah, I love Lita Ford. I think she was just, I was telling Tony, hey, Tony, you want to go into Lita right now, or you got anything else on your mind, or you care if I
Go right ahead, dude.
a little bit?
We got a lot of time. I got a lot of things on my mind. Yeah, but go if you got something.
I never got to see the Runaways, but I could have. I graduated high school in 79. So they were huge in 76, 77, 78. You could see them at the Starwood. You could see them there's a place called the Palace in the Valley, not Perkins Palace, just a place called the Palace Ballroom, I believe is what it was called. They were punk. They were punk, just as punk as it came, but they were Hollywood punk. And it was kind of new. And they were huge. They were absolutely huge. I could have gone and seen them, but I never did. I had friends when I was a junior in high school. I had a friend, Johnny, and he was I wasn't really a punk guy. I was a rocker. I was into like Zeppelin and Deep Purple. And he was listening to the Ramones, and he was listening to punk bands a lot too. And so he had this group of friends in high school that he hung with. Ended up heading to Hollywood one night, and they saw him up close. I believe it was at the Starwood is where they saw the show. And he came back and was telling me about it. And I had no idea that a few years later I'd be on, Sunset Boulevard and get to actually see after the fact. They disbanded in 79, 75, late 75, 76 is when they came out. And they were huge for about 4 years. But they disbanded in the end of 79. And so 80s came around. I finally hit Hollywood in the middle of 80. I did see a couple of shows in Hollywood in 79, but they were just, at the bars and stuff, Gazares and things like that. but I missed the whole punk scene. Um, yeah. I have some regrets of shows I've missed. I could have gone and just didn't do it. I was fortunate enough to see Lita several times. In '84, I saw her with Ratt. Um, that was great because I was still knew Robin pretty good, and so I got to go with my fiance to the show. No big deal, but we had a wonderful Ratt night. It was great with friends.
A
Um,
rat night. I
you know,
like the way that sounds, dude.
I had a couple. I gotta have a
A
couple of
rat
those.
night.
In '85, I believe it was Y&T and Twisted Sister, I think was the show. Y&T and I was telling a story about
I
seeing.
like one too.
Oh God, they were killer. Well, this was with Leonard Hayes. They had their original drummer, and it really makes a difference. I saw him do a show at the Wiltern Theater, and they had this guy. He had double kick drums, and his whole vibe of drumming was not Y&T style. And it was the worst Y&T show I'd ever seen. But the show I saw with Lita and Twisted Sister was fantastic. It was fantastic. And then I saw her with, I think it was in '88 with Ozzy and Anthrax. And that was fantastic. That was just killer. And Ozzy was in all his glory. That was fantastic.
Yeah.
A
Oh
really good
yeah.
year for metal, guys, for heavy metal.
Oh sure.
It was great.
Yeah. Absolutely.
But what she did is she did the same thing Hart did. Tony and I were talking backstage about this, and I was going to mention it. I watched Hart turn from an absolute mega rock band in the '70s, and then the girls reinvented themselves, caught the MTV wave, and wrote it. And lightning literally struck twice for those girls, for that band, the band Hart. Well, the same thing happened for Lita Ford. At the end of '79, I remember real vividly, it was not the TV era. So everything that is, I either read it in a magazine, or it was televised on the radio, or I heard it who had read it in a magazine. A lot of stuff was, hey, I read this or that. But, she had a falling out with all the girls. And it was it was like 2008 or 2009 when they actually reconciled and came out with some new music. But at the end of '79 and '80 and '81, she wasn't talking. Lita wasn't talking to anybody in that band. They were all kind of doing their own thing. And I remember Susie Quatro. She was doing the television thing. She was going on Happy Days and Laverne and Shirley and
Right.
and Penny Marshall and Cindy Williams. I saw them quite often. I saw Penny Marshall a whole lot more.
So Lita hung out with Susie Quatro.
Well, not at that time. They were not talking. But what I got to see was I got to see an interaction between them and see Susie after the Runaways start doing the thing with Happy Days and everything. And she came into the club a few times. I never saw Sherry Curry. Never saw her. But I heard Lita one time, he made a derogatory statement about Sherry. I'm not going to say what it was, but she was mad at her. They were mad at each other for quite a while. Probably of the four girls, most tumultuous too. But there was a interesting connection, and we're going to talk about it in another show at another time. I'll tell him this, Tony. I have a friend named Jeff who used to come to Hollywood with me. He is the reason that I actually started doing security. And I contacted him, and he's going to help me with some memories. I've got a couple of stories that I want to tell you guys. One is a Lita Ford story. It's a Lita Ford. It's got to do with Susie Quatro. It's got to do with the Penny Marshall and her family, and it's a great story, but I want to get the facts right when I share it with you guys. So that's coming up. That's going to happen. Yeah, very cool. Very cool. She came out with Kiss Me Deadly in I think it was '87, '88. And that was really her her biggest heyday claim to fame. But the difference that I noticed about her was in around 84, I think it was 85, Sharon Osbourne and her management company took Lita over. And that's when she got on that MTV ride. And I can remember seeing her prior to that album and prior to those songs and prior to that sort of wave. And her energy, you know, she seemed to really
She
get from Sharon Osbourne. Sharon Osbourne really did her good.
she did, but there was. It's fair to say though, as good as she was, and as good as songs as she wrote after the Runaways, there was a lot of music out there that people liked. There was a lot. She was up against a lot, so
Mm,
no wonder. You
yeah,
know,
yeah,
I
yeah,
mean,
yeah. Um, you know, I wasn't sure if she actually married Tony or if she was just engaged to Tony Iommi. It was brief. It was in the very early 80s. I remember that. And then she didn't marry until the beginning of the 90s. It was like 90, 91 when she married Chris. And that was also a brief marriage. Um, but they lived together before they were married. So they were a thing for a couple of years, you know. Uh, she was one of the single most awesome female rockers that I think I experienced in Hollywood. I would have to say, because everyone loved her. She was just loved by everyone, you know,
yeah,
except maybe her ex-boyfriends or whatever. But um, some of the stories I'm going to tell, they include Motley Crue. She was sort of dating Nikki for about a year. And I never got to really interact with her personally one-on-one, other than hello, hey. She'd drive by and wave. She had this gold Trans Am with these T-tops, moonroof T-tops that she always had removed.
Gold
And
Trans Am,
oh man, it was cool. It was a little beat up. Cool. It had Lita Ford in the front seat. Man, it was badass.
right
And
on.
she'd drive by and wave all the time because she'd be going up the hill to see Nikki. Um, yeah, just always a positive. She was never negative. She was always positive and optimistic, and she spoke her mind though. Um, she was a rough chick too. She spoke her mind. She said what was on it. She didn't pull any punches. Uh, yeah. What a girl. My God, man. My God. I remember the last show I ever saw. Uh, it was great because it was right. I believe it was 88. I think it was the 88 was with Ozzy and Anthrax. And she already had all of her hits. So it was like just seeing every great song she played. And they played everything. And it was great. It was such a good show.
Mm,
Such a
right
good show.
on.
And you know, the thing about it is I was thinking, and this is the great part. I was thinking about it. I was saying, you know, Lita, man, she was great. She's still around. She's still around. She's got fresh stuff on
Yeah,
YouTube right now where she's jumping in and playing guitar. Um, we haven't heard the last of Lita Ford. Haven't heard the last of her. So that's totally cool. Totally cool, man.
yeah,
Absolutely. Still, my kids and I, we're still just Taylor Hawkins. I just to talk about Taylor for a second. You know, you just don't realize just what you lose until you lose it. What a tragic thing to have happen to the rock world, much less his family and his friends. Wow, wow.
yeah.
Just it still really sucks. Not
Um,
meaning to be negative or anything. I'm just going to point it out, guys. You know. Um,
yeah. No,
I see a lot
while
of tributes on YouTube, you know, and it brings back memories of things that you saw years ago.
on that
There's so
note,
much, you know, so much from him. But yeah. Hey, what do you got, my man? Oh, dude. Oh, Tony, that's badass, dude. That's a Taylor Hawkins drumstick.
Um, Now, this guitar pick 10, it's sealed.
Oh, dude,
Um,
that's so nice.
and it's gonna stay sealed. Yeah. Um, I can show you what's in it. Um, where was that at? There. All right. Yeah. So this is what is in it.
Oh, dude, man. Oh, that's great. That's wonderful, Tony.
Yeah.
That's really
We we showed some other ones of another
cool.
last week. But yeah, so this thing is sealed and it's gonna stay sealed, and that's
You know, we looked when we were at WVH. No, I'm sorry, when we were at Slash. No, when we were at both of them. Um, we looked for pick tens. Haven't seen them. I hope they have some at Dirty Honey and WVH this coming Tuesday.
I don't know. John went and saw him last week, and he I asked him about the merch tent, and he said that there was a lot of new stuff, a lot of new designs, and um let's see, Christopher Live Sal's gone to see it. How'd the merch look on this run, Chris? There it is.
Oh, he's got pick tens. Mammoth had him. Thank you, Christopher. That's exactly what I wanted to hear. Very cool. Hey, the hitman Dwight Bailey in the house. Good to see you, Dwight.
D White. All right.
No Dirty Honey pick tens though.
That's cool.
Nice, nice.
I want to see what the shirts look like. I think both of us, Charles, already have enough Mammoth and Dirty Honey gear, you know.
Oh,
But
I
if
don't know about
something,
that. Tony, my a couple of my kids already put in their orders for stuff, um, Dirty Honey stuff, Mammoth stuff,
right
uh,
on.
and I really, really need a couple more somethings. So
We'll
need a
see how
couple more
things
somethings.
look.
Not
Yeah,
big things, not big somethings, just somethings. You know, something.
I got last year's Mammoth shirts. I got a Dirty Honey shirt. I got a Dirty Honey hoodie. You know, um,
Keith Campbell put in the chat that he got a tour shirt with the dates on the back. Yeah, that's kind of what I'm wanting. Maybe one of those.
yeah,
That's always good to have. In fact, that's kind of a staple. You got to get a shirt for the show that you are on the tour that you're on. That's like a,
yeah.
you know,
And there are some new designs. It's not on the website, but at the merch tent, there are some new designs. You can see the bass player Ronnie Ficarra. He wears them with those new designs on them. Yeah.
cool, very cool.
Um, but yeah, that's Tuesday, dude.
And fast, man.
Yes.
Hey, I'm so glad at least all the COVID stuff seems to be gone. I'm literally only a few people wear a mask now. You don't see them at all. So that's cool. That's cool. I'm glad things are coming back.
So it's looking like that it's halftime of this game,
What are we
and
talking?
the
How are
Duke's
we
gonna
doing?
be up by 2, and well, the dude's at the free throw line. So, but it's a close game, and it's halftime. And if I seem a little nervous, I am.
It's okay. That's okay. We're gonna do all right. We're gonna do all right, Tony.
All right. So, all right. Yeah, halftime. Okay.
Hmm.
All right. Yeah, so it is a shame that the stuff keeps getting moved around. Um, but I did hear something on a national news last night, and I'm happy to say this. Damn, that the numbers of the stuff is at an all-time low.
Good.
The numbers are lower now than they've ever been since the start.
Very good.
You
That's good.
know,
I know it. It's weird. It hits home when you least expect it.
oh, he's predicting the final score here. Lay it down. Wink, wink. Lay it down. Right on, Chris.
Nice, nice, man.
I am not a gambling man.
Not anymore. I'm not. No.
Um, I am a huge Duke fan though. So
Yes, you are, Tony. Eh, it's a divided house around here. I'm a
uh
Duke fan, but
oh, uh
I've got, we got some Tar Heel fans here in North Carolina as well. So
oh. I know. It's a lot of them, and they're everywhere. And there are
a
many.
lot of them in there everywhere. You're talking about them like it's a plague. That's
There,
hilarious, man.
there, there are many house divideds all over.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you see the flags everywhere. I see them all the time, especially this time of year. That's all good.
yeah.
Oh, it's all good, man.
All right.
Who
Um,
talking about future shows? What's the update on future upcoming shows here? I know we got a big show coming up Wednesday. Is it this coming Wednesday? I believe it is.
we have a this coming Wednesday. Me and you, my friend, are going to be lucky to be in these chairs after the night before.
I have to
Um,
work, Tony. I have to actually work the next day. We're so
me
busy.
too.
I'm gonna,
Me too.
well, I'm going to try to only do a half a day. Um,
I don't have a choice in the matter here. You do.
that's right. That's right. No, I'm excited for the upcoming show we've got coming up on Halenville with Dave.
That
All
is a
those,
couple of weeks
all those wonderful
away.
guys. Yeah, it's a couple of weeks away.
That's the 13th. Yeah, we're
Yeah,
still
yeah, I'm
working on the.
anticipating it. It's still 2 weeks
Yeah,
away. That's terrible. That's terrible. I'm
yeah,
really anticipating that show, you guys. I'm absolutely dying to talk to those guys. I've got a lot of questions. I know everybody does. And yeah, to have David and Rob's ear, much less all the other guests. We've got a wonderful lineup. My goodness. Yeah, I'm excited. Absolutely excited. Uh, I hope a bunch of our crew get back here so we can have a really, really big show with everybody here. That would be awesome. Absolutely awesome.
yeah,
I
yeah.
miss Analog Kid. I got to tell you guys, I miss him a lot. I miss everybody, but I really miss Analog. I haven't seen him in more than a minute.
I
Uh,
know.
and, you know,
Yeah. All right. So where are we at? We're at 40. So Charles, yeah, that is right. Haven't
Yeah,
made a
Donnie, Chris, Dave,
card.
and Rob. You're right. Thank you, Keith. Donnie, Chris, Dave, and Rob.
We hadn't made a card for it yet, but
Good God, what a lineup. Holy
yeah,
Jesus, man. Yeah, I can't wait to see all you guys. Cannot wait. Hey, Dean Loud. It's nice to see you, Dean. Good to see you, man.
yeah.
Gretsch Zeppelin. Right on, bro. Right on.
All right, Charles. I'm gonna show the kids some new stuff. So you've seen the mammoth guitar picks that Wolf and his band are using out on the road, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I
Mm-hmm.
found a couple of these and I had to get them, but they are
Of course
by
you did.
no of course, but they are by no means uh, uh, anything to do with the band Mammoth, but I found these and they're so cool. But check that out.
Oh, that's neat.
There's a company called
Oh,
Mammoth Electronics.
that's pretty
Yeah.
badass. I like that.
And at some point they made guitar picks. Yeah. Um, and new on the block.
Pat Metheny Group.
Let's see, who is this?
Never saw Pat Metheny.
You know who that is, don't you?
Ball one, dude.
Yeah, man. So this is from
That's exactly right. That
Brad
is
Stewart,
exactly right.
but he's been with a few people. Yeah. Let's see. So while I've got this open, since Brendan is not here tonight,
Well, I like that pick. Brendan, you got to step your game up, brother. Yeah. That's awesome. That is awesome. You know, she was 16 years old when she joined the Runaways. She was 16 years old, just 16. Started playing with the Runaways. I forget the guy's name, Lowry, I think was his last name. He was their new producer, and he basically put a girl band together. And God, they were huge. They were so huge. When I was coming out of junior high, 8th grade into 9th grade, they were a regular name in LA. I used to enjoy listening to them a little bit. I wasn't that into punk as much, but there were a bunch of hot, pretty girls playing rocky type music, and it was very cool. They were bad girls too. They had kind of a bad reputation. Reminded me a lot of a female version of Motley Crue. Absolutely. Um, yeah, man, Joan Jett. Joan Jett yet. I love Joan Jett. The only member of that band that I never saw in Hollywood was Sherry Curry. Um, it was talked about, not to go negative, but it was talked about. I think one of the other bouncers told me that because they were there in the late 70s. They were there at the Whiskey when Van Halen played. They were there when the Circle Jerks and Black Flag, uh, when the riot happened. They were there, and they told me stories about the Runaways and about Joan Jett, and so then I got to see Joan as Joan Jett, and it's just so neat. I'm actually morphed out, but the one negative thing that they did tell me was that she had gotten a bad drug habit, and it really was her demise. So she just kind of disappeared for a very long time, and I think she wrote a book about it. I think Sherry Curry actually wrote a book, and it's a good book. It gives all of her her take on it. Um, but I remembered Lita actually back in the late 80s. I remember her in an interview, and she wasn't very agreeable about Sherry Curry's version in the book of how things were. But hey, that's rock and roll. That's Hollywood. There's a couple of sides to every mountain, I guess. Um, yeah, yeah. Very cool. Very cool. 16 years old. She comes out of that band in 79, and by 1983, her first album, the first album that they came out with, I forget the name of it. I forget the name. I wish I could remember it, but it really didn't meet any commercial success. It really didn't. And then a year later, she came out with another album, and it didn't really meet much success in the United States, but it went number one everywhere else. And then they followed it up. They followed it up with a single. There was a single that she did, and it was wonderful, the gateway into the MTV era. And then when Sharon Osbourne took her over, it was huge, man. And it was huge. It was just flat huge. And even though she had all this drama was going on, she was doing Headbangers Ball. You saw Lita Ford the entire day 80s. She was in movies. And another thing I noticed, and you guys who were there, yeah, you may agree with me or not. The character that of Kelly Bundy on Married with Children, one of my favorite shows. Kelly Bundy.
Hey, Dean.
Didn't actually look and dress like that. She was prompted and coerced into doing it. They wanted her to act that role. And if you take a picture of Kelly Bundy and put it next to any photograph of Lita Ford in the 80s, I swear that's who they were trying to copy. Because Lita was the go-to girl. Lita was to hard rock, heavy metal what Tanya Tucker was in the 70s to country music. And I had a couple of posts. We were talking about that in another show. I had a Fawcett poster, like I said, all you guys did. And I had a lot of posters of Lita Ford. Good God, man. And some of the best articles in Guitar Player magazine are on Lita Ford. Her endorsement with BC Rich. Yeah, what a badass. Love Lita, you guys. I absolutely love her.
Yeah. So you were how often back in the early 80s when you were on the West Coast, Charles, did you see Lita out? You know, I know you
She was
said
dating
you didn't
Nikki.
know
She was
her,
dating
but
Nikki for the better part of a year. There were, I say dating. We could use that word very loosely. Um,
I understand.
I saw them together a lot, all the time. Um, I was telling you a story. I can't tell it on the air, but there was a time up at the apartment with the guys up the hill, um, and we were up there, and she showed up with Nikki. Um, they're
Right.
really good friends. They're friends, you know, just really just. She was always positive, even when she was. I would listen, and I wouldn't have any idea what she was necessarily talking about because she was talking about something with Nikki, and I would just listen to her. And she was always upbeat and positive about things. She wasn't a real negative person. I didn't catch that from her at all. Um, and Mario just loved her. Absolutely. Mario, the owner of the Whiskey, the Roxy, and the Rainbow, him and Louie, they just loved that girl. I get, you know, the Runaways would sell the whiskey out. They could do 5 shows in a weekend and just sell that thing out like the crew did. It's funny getting to look at that, how they took care of people who met the grade, made the money for the club, had a history there, and then as it transpired, I did notice that one thing about, you know, the Maglione family and the way that they did things, they didn't forget them. They, you know, they took care of them. Um, you know, I used to say that the first thing she did, man, was run up that street when she got back from wherever she had gone. And I mean, she'd be gone for 3 weeks and then she'd come back, 6 weeks, come back. And that happened 80, 81, 82 was kind of her 80 and 81 was kind of her downtime. She was kind of like, that was her transition. She was still playing and,
So
but she never
so
started her own thing yet, you know?
right, but
Mm.
so for a couple of years you keep referring to Up the Hill, and
That's Motley Crue's
we
apartment.
kind of really we
Yeah,
kind of
yeah,
know that
yeah.
you and her and everybody else are always going up the
Well,
hill.
the thing about it is I didn't, I didn't hang with Lita. I didn't know who I was, and you know, she'd come through the doorway at the club. She showed up several times. Just,
But she would know
you
who
know,
you are.
oh, I'm kind of hoping she sees this. I want to get my buddy Jeff. Um, I don't want to tell the story. I'm going to save it. But my buddy Jeff and I, we did a couple of things. Uh, we were, you know, we were hanging out in Hollywood, and there's a couple of instances that occurred that have to do with Nikki and Lita, and it's got a Peter Marshall, Penny Marshall connection. And Jeff had a truck, and we helped him move some stuff one time. But I got to get my facts absolutely straight. And so I'm going to get my buddy Jeff involved because we'll put our two brains together. Tony and I were talking, and there's, ironically, you guys, there's a couple of facts that I got to get straight. I'm a little washy on them, and I don't want to put it out there wrong. So I'm going to get my info right, and I'll share it with you guys. It's a really great story, right out of LA, right out of LA. It would have been 80, 81, because about the end of 82 is when she got signed to Mercury, and she actually put an album out at the, well, let me take that back. It was, I think she was signed at the end of 81, but she didn't tour or anything. She was, you know, in the studio during 82, and then she put an album out with Mercury, and it didn't do very well. Like I said earlier, it didn't really get a commercial success, but I loved it. I thought the songs, a couple of the songs did get a little bit of late night airplay. And in LA, and her second album, it went number one, not in the US, but everywhere else. It was a huge album, and it really helped her out. But that was the last album she did for Mercury, and that would have been around 83. But like I said, Sharon Osbourne's management company scooped her up, and then MTV happened. And yeah, man, she made it. So she came out of the Runaways. She could have just gone off into the sunset, and instead she appeared in dozens of cameo roles in movies. It's really cool, the stuff that she was
Well,
involved
it
in.
it was
Yeah.
interesting how after the Runaways, the Runaways came about in a period of rock music that was in transition.
Yes, it was. Yes, it
So
was. Yeah.
when the
Yeah.
Runaways had a very short 3-year thing, we wish in hindsight there could have been more. But it's interesting to me how Joan Jett immediately took to the punk thing,
Hmm.
and
Hmm.
Lita immediately took to the hard rock thing.
Well, it is weird because, and I'll say this, you guys, correct me if I'm wrong. I truly believe this. She started an entire new uh, thing. She was the star of an entire new thing that was called pop metal. Okay. And Sharon Osbourne had a hand in it. Uh, I read an article. I don't remember all the details, but it's out there. Um, she helped mold Lita Ford's persona, the way she portrayed herself. She changed her image, and she went into a thing called pop metal, and that's what they called it. If you read it in the magazine, this was pop metal, and yeah,
But
yeah.
at that time, though, Charles, when she hooked up with Sharon Osbourne, she had already had the first single of that album, Lita, Kiss Me Deadly,
Mhm.
and that's a killer song.
Yes.
And that was it. Ultimately, that was her highest charting single
Mhm.
by herself ever.
Mhm. Mhm.
And then, of course, she had the duet with Ozzy,
Yeah, I got to
When
see
I
that
Close My
live, man.
Eyes.
I got
Right.
to see that live. That was one of the greatest concerts at the end of the 1980s that I was fortunate enough to see. Absolutely awesome, because it
With
had already
both
been
of
done on
them,
MTV. The MTV video was already out, so it was icing on the cake. It was
but both
unbelievably
of
good.
them were there.
Yeah, it was an Ozzy Anthrax Lita Ford tour.
Oh, okay.
Long Beach Arena. Yeah, Long Beach, California.
Nice.
Absolutely. Yeah. Yeah.
Right on.
Yeah. Yeah. We haven't heard the last of Lita. She's rocking, dude. She's rocking.
Yeah, Lita's still
Absolutely.
kicking it.
Just as hard as ever. Um, yeah, man. Yeah. Yeah. Outstanding. Her and Tony Iommi, there's an album out there that was done in around 1983, 84. I forget the name of it. Something about the edge of darkness, or darkness on the edge, or something like that. I'm getting it a little bit wrong. But Tony
What's
Iommi
up,
actually
Nelson?
produced it, and they were having a falling out. And so the album never got produced. It's never been produced. And I guess I'll never say never, but um, yeah, they refer to it once in a while. You'll see something written about it. Um, but it's a whole album. Yeah, I'd love to hear it. About 1983, 84. Hey, Nelson Rodriguez in the chat. It's good to see you, Nelson.
How you like that?
Dude,
Yeah, dude.
that is badass, bro.
And that's a pro mark.
Nice.
And
Nice.
it's rather short compared to, I don't know all the drum numbers
Mm-hmm.
by heart,
Mm-hmm.
I guess. But it's shorter than the Taylor Hawkins
Mm-hmm.
stick over there.
Very cool.
Um,
Janice Lala, it's good to see you, Janice. Very good to see you. Hope you're doing well.
yeah. So that's right. We are closing in on 100. We're at 91 tonight. Um, Yeah. So 9 more to 100. Yeah.
That's awesome.
Well, yeah. So we will keep doing them.
I'm catching up on the chat here, seeing what everybody's saying. Yeah. We got a great chat here, Tony. These guys are awesome.
I know. Yeah.
That's great. That's great.
I don't know on those, Keith. I pulled those Hawkins out with the pick 10s that I wanted to. Yeah. But no, I don't know. I'm happy to have them.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
No. But those Taylor Hawkins sticks, they're his sticks. I think that live he put some type of grip tape on half of it I've seen, but yeah. Um nice. Nice. Um so Charles, Sir Charles, me and you are gonna be standing in line Tuesday.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see if there's a picture of this joint outside of this place.
I believe that's one of the smallest clubs in Raleigh. Just like the Fillmore is one of the smallest clubs. There is a place, they call it the Cave. It's right next to the Fillmore, where we're going to see Wasp, and it is now the new official smallest venue. It's a cave. It's literally a cave, a large cave, but it's a cave. And I haven't seen a show there, but I can't wait. I just can't wait, man. There's some shows in the future that are out there, like a month and a half, 2 months away, that my kids are going to. That got tickets for me. I got to find out what they are. I got to find out. I still haven't. I mean, obviously, the fighters have. I haven't heard if they've canceled the show yet. I would imagine it has been. Have you heard? Did they cancel everything yet, or there hasn't
I've
been there hasn't been anything said, right?
No, there
No.
hasn't, and I want to mention something about that. Um, Now that you mention it, but what I want to do before we get really deep is I want to get some more tea.
Got to stay hydrated, man. Got to stay hydrated.
And I will be right back, and I'm going to leave you,
You
Charles,
tell stories about you while you're gone, man.
with our friends, and I shall be right back.
These guys used to intimidate me. Well, they still do a little bit, but that's okay. I don't have Sandra here to stick up for me right now, so be gentle, you guys. Nelson, what's going on, bro? Yeah, very cool. Very cool. There it is. Let's see. This would be the time normally when I'd ask Brendan about his Guitar Boss guitars. I'm going to take a lesson on that. It's 3 strings. I guess you have multiple tunings that you can go to. Some of you guys know better than I do. but I want it for slide primarily, and I want to see what kind of weird tones I can get out of it. He's, he's building me one sometime. It's not cast in stone when I'll get it, because there's no pressure on him, and he's multitasking. But when he starts to get the build going, I can't wait to see it. And it's got a really cool logo on it. It's multicolored. It's an old school cigar label from I want to say Honduras. It's going to have a lot of character and a lot of playability. 25.5-inch scale, fretted with a humbucker. That's going to be so cool. Can't wait. I can't wait. Let's see what you guys going here. Dean. Hey, Dean, what do you got doing there? Boom, boom. Lita and Chris would have stayed together. Okay. Interesting, Dean. Not a chance in hell. I think they were like two ships, man. Chris, I was fortunate enough to see Chris a few times. I saw him a few times. He was with Wasp from 83 to I think 89. I think it was 83 to 89, if I have that correct. 4 studio albums with them, 1 live album. And by 2020, by 2001, he was gone. He was gone. He was out of Wasp, and that's it. And I saw him from time to time. I saw Blackie from time to time. Chris would hang out at the Rainbow Club. He would go up to the Rainbow, and there were some nights he'd be there. Lemmy would be there. And a lot of the rockers, like the guys from the Crew and guys from Ratt, and even Kevin Dubrow, always Don Dawkins. There'd be moments at that place at 1 o'clock in the morning when just off the patio or in the upstairs bar, it could be either. You would see this group of just rockers, just fucking rock stars, guys who weren't yet, guys who were. And just, God, I wish I could go back. I wish I could just go back for an hour. It would be just so cool. Just so cool.
So about that question,
Yeah.
Lita and Chris, they didn't get along too well.
Okay. They got
we all
along
know that, but
as happy as can be when they were both happy and content. Chris was a nice guy. I started talking about him like he's gone. Chris is still around. I hope he sees this. He was always a gentleman. He was nice. He'd get a little drunk sometimes, get a little rowdy. But he was cool. They were rockers, You didn't expect the guys who were into rock and roll, and especially, and it wasn't called hair metal in those days. It hadn't been called that yet. It was just hard rock. Heavy metal is really kind of the term that was being used. He was just always a character. It was funny. The guys who shine the brightest,
1.0.
it's just a package they had. They were never the same. It was just different. Nikki Sixx, he's a bass player who really couldn't play bass very good. He was horrible in the beginning. He was horrible, absolutely horrible. On a very low grade, almost.
He was a good songwriter.
No, that was his gift. See, that was his gift. He's a songwriter. He could write every song we love. That's what he wrote.
He could play bass okay, though.
Well, in the beginning, he was horrible, Tony. He was horrible. He used to love him. This is what he did. He's going to hear this again. Nikki, I love you. Look, let me tell you something. He was horrible, okay? He was could barely hang the chops of an average punk rock band at the time. But he could.
Nikki, if you're watching,
with lyrics,
your
man,
goddamn friend.
His lyrics are priceless. Motley Crue lyrics are priceless. Those lyrics.
Oh yeah.
They didn't come from Vince. He put his 2 cents in. I gotta give Vince his kudos, but that's Nicky fucking six, okay? And he got better as a bass player. He got better. Mick Mars used to give him lessons. Mick Mars would sit there. They'd be practicing, and Nicky would he went from being to smooth over a 3-year period. He got smooth and he got more
He got
articulate.
good quick.
Well, he never got. I'll put it this way. I've seen Crucier play bass live on several occasions,
Yeah.
and they are apples and oranges from one another as
Of
far
course.
as bass player.
Sure.
Rudy Sarzo, you know, and you talk about a
Course.
quality a bass player who has massive bass chops, and then you got Nicky over here who's, you know, Ben Combs made some. I was on Ben weeks ago, and he made some analogies about punk rock and Mick Mars' guitar playing to punk rock, and he was spot on. He was spot on. The difference is Mick put his own flair on it, made it rock, and then he changed the tone of his guitar. He turned it from a punky vibe to a punk metal vibe, punk rock. It wasn't punk rock; it was punk metal, and but Nicky got better. He got better because he was horrible in the beginning, and he knows he knows I love him. His gift was being able to write those songs and the lyrics of those songs, unbelievable. And he just stick Tommy Lee and Mick Mars next to him playing, and Vince can sing. It was awesome in those days, guys. I remember young Vince Neil. Shit, he was cool, dude. He was cool. He could sing so good. It wasn't about being a virtuoso, it was about the vibe and the attitude, and the time, you know. Yeah.
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 They were right on time though. You know.
Yeah, I was thinking about Lita and Chris Holmes. Yeah, she said in this interview. I saw this interview. It's been years since I saw it, but she makes this comment, like talking about Chris, like, yeah, this guy, I met him in a bar. That's what she said. And that was like, it was talking about 89-ish, you know, and I saw her with him in 83. Yeah, in 83. So, yeah, whatever, you know. Gotta love her. Gotta love her, man.
One of these EVH picks. You can win one tonight if you know something about Lita Ford. Yeah.
New Jersey. Joan Jett, 16 old as well. It's funny because they're not even old enough to play in the venues they were playing in. Not even old enough to. You're not even supposed to be there. But they made, if you were good and you played, they made exceptions. And that's just the way it was. That's just how it was. Crazy times. Crazy times.
Yeah. So what we intended to do tonight was to roll out our new trivia that we are calling 10 shot rock and roll trivia, and we'll pick a contestant and we'll provide a link in the chat for the contestant, and they'll pop in with Sandra and Charles and Brendan, and at that point I'll leave the room and take the headphones off, and the contestant will be asked 10 questions about music and rock and roll trivia by Sandra, and this will all be done in 1 minute or less. There is enough time. And after they are done asking the 10 questions, I'll come in and Sandra will ask me the same 10 questions. And we'll see who wins for that night. And we'll be giving a prize away regardless of win or lose, but we might give away something if you beat me. Yeah.
I can't wait. I cannot wait. I was looking forward to that. It's too bad we got to push it. I'm sorry, you guys.
So, Sandra and Charles and Brendan and Tom will all be providing questions each week, and I'll have no knowledge of any of them because I got enough to worry about anyway.
That's right. That's right. That's right.
Yeah.
I've
No.
got some good questions. I've got some good ones.
But yeah, no, this is going to be so much fun. And a lot of you in the chat will try to get to different contestants as the weeks go, but this is going to be a lot of fun.
We do this
rolling
for a
out.
year, man. You guys are going to know some stuff. We're going to learn some stuff doing this. This is going to be so cool.
But now, so Sandra and Charles and these guys are going to write these questions, and you're playing against me. So I'm looking for a winning streak here, you know. So you guys got to bring it. Yeah.
Very
But
cool.
it's going to be a lot of fun.
It's going to be
And
wonderful.
oh gosh, it's going to turn trivia into another thing altogether. It's going to be so much fun. Yeah. But yeah, we can't do it tonight. Sandra is out. She's not feeling well.
Get well,
Feel
sweetheart.
better, babe. And Brendan is out as well tonight, and he is a part of all of this.
Hey, Tony, Christopher did ask a question. How does the contestant get picked? Basically, we're just going to ask a question for the chat, and the chat will answer. Whoever answers will become eligible to do the 10 questions. I think that's
Well,
right.
what we'll do is we'll simply see how many willing contestants that there are, and we'll ask a very little question. You know, if you were born in the month of May or whatever, and you know, we'll fetch us up a contestant. Yeah, but no, it's not going to be a big to do about getting a contestant. You know, it might be as simple as if you type in the chat that you want to play, that'll be good enough, you know. But we'll ask a question and yeah. So, but I'm sure if not next week or the week after, a lot of you will get to play, you know. We're going to try to avoid repeat trivia. Yeah, so we're going to give all of you a shot to beat me. So,
Can't wait to see this.
yeah, dude, this is going to be fun. 10 questions about music and rock and roll trivia.
Very nice. Very nice.
Sandra will ask them, and they can stay in the stream.
Mm-hmm.
When I come back, they can stay here, and we'll see who's got the most. You know, the only thing when I come back and I put the headphones on, the only thing I'll be told was what the contestants number is. He got 6 right and 6 the number to beat. So, or whatever. Yeah.
I cannot wait. Cannot wait.
But yeah, so it's going to be a lot of fun, and we've talked about this, and we've we've come in here and rehearsed this, so it's going to go off well. But yeah, it is unfortunate that Sandra and Brendan couldn't be here tonight, or Tommy, or Analog also.
Yeah.
Not to
We want
say,
them all
but
here. We want them all
with
here.
this, yeah, but with this, we'll do it next week, and it'll be fun. Yeah.
Very cool. Well, we have a trivia question for tonight, though, don't we?
We do. Um, all right. Well, I'll tell you what, let's go ahead into trivia.
Good luck, you guys.
All right. It is a very tight game that I keep glancing
How are we
at.
doing?
Duke's down 5. Yeah.
And is it halfway through the second half yet? Third quarter done?
9 minutes left.
They're okay. They'll rally back from 5.
All right. Enough of that. All right. Trivia for tonight.
We ain't going down like that, Tony. Okay, that's all I'm saying.
No. All right.
Good luck, you guys. Trivia.
This is what we're going to play for tonight. We're going to play for both. We're going to play for 2 picks. We're going to play for
Dude, that's cool.
one of these new Tortex non-max grip 1.0s. These are 1.0s.
Nice.
They're
Nice.
big boys. But they do make a 1.14. But these come in like 5 from 0.60 to 72 to 1.14. We'll play for one of those and a MESHUGGAH pick.
Very cool.
Let's get
Very
some
cool.
sugar from MESHUGGAH. Mwah.
Very, very cool.
We'll play for those 2 tonight. Da-na-na-na. Da-na-na-na. Where's it at? Sandra would normally provide. Where is it at? Oh, it's all the way at the bottom. That's it. Kids, that means trivia. All right. There's an email down below. Trivia winners email. I encourage you, if you won before, to still email me your address, because there's been a lot of winners in 91 weeks, plus winners over on the Van Halen show on Wednesday at 9 p.m. And it helps me because there's a lot of emails in there, which that email address is just designated for winners here on the channel for trivia. But hit it up, and we're going to get right into some trivia, Charles. How you think they're going to fare? You think they're going to get this?
I'm not voting against these guys. They're awesome. They're awesome.
All right.
But it's not an easy question. It's not easy if you don't know it. If you have to Google it, that's
No,
you're
no.
not supposed to do that. But you probably won't know this off the top of your head. It's a good question. It's a good question, but I can't count these guys out, Tony. They're a savvy bunch, man.
All right. Robin Crosby trivia for tonight. Let's throw them a curveball, Charles.
Bring it. Bring it.
They'd never expect it with a full count, would they? All right. Trivia coming at you. Kids, are you ready? Get ready tight. Seriously.
That's right.
Playing for 2 picks tonight. Which Runaways song appeared in the movie Detroit Rock City?
That movie's right up a Kiss fan's alley. And yeah. That's a good question. That's a great question.
All right.
Yeah, Keith, that was sort of my first off the top of my head answer. But no.
But you have to have watched, and I'm sure most of us probably have, man, the
That's a really good question. It really is.
there it is. Right on, Dean.
Yeah, Dean. Very, very cool. Dean Lowry, bro. Very cool.
Congratulations, dude. Email me your stats and I'll send you those guitar picks. We had Holly right behind her and Polly Walnuts right behind. Right on.
Congratulations. Very cool, man.
Yeah, dude.
Very cool.
Yeah.
That's a great scene in the movie. You were telling Tony was telling me just doing the whole movie for me. Talking about the whole scene of him going through the locker, running down the hallway and the lockers and everything. It's a great part of the movie. Fantastic
Oh
part
yeah.
of the movie.
Great movie, man.
Great movie. Yes, it is.
Oh
Man.
yeah. Love it. I bet I've watched that oh gosh, a dozen times at least.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's been a minute since I've seen it. It's been a while since I've watched the movie Detroit, the whole movie Detroit Rock City. I need to do that. Yes.
The game is just I just looked back up. I hadn't looked since trivia. The game's just gotten close and Duke's up by 1. 7 minutes
They're
left.
only 5 down. They were just taking a breath, getting ready to come in.
All right. Whew.
That's one thing about
Sweating.
basketball in North Carolina. I'm not the biggest basketball fan. I love the game, but I'm in a household full of basketball nuts. And you're a sports nut, Tony. You're a basketball fan, but we love Duke. And we
Well,
got
I mean,
wonderful
I grew
basketball in
up
North
here,
Carolina.
so that's
Wonderful
right in
basketball.
my backyard. It
The
was
history is just incredible, and we're always in it. You know, win, lose, whatever. It's always great. It's always great.
yeah. So yeah, this is it's one of the biggest rivalries in sports, but definitely the biggest rivalry in college basketball.
Yeah, yeah, it's just,
Um, yeah. So yeah, it is looking like it's gonna go down to the wire. Um, yeah. So pardon me in advance if I seem a little out of it here because if I look right, this is the chat. I'm looking at the chat. I'm looking at Charles. That's the game right there. So if you see me looking that way, yeah. Um,
nice, nice.
where are we at? Let's. Holly, have a good night.
Take care, sweetheart.
Thank you.
Be well, Holly. Very cool.
Yeah. Nice to be getting into to spring baseball, dude.
Yeah.
I am fed up with winter time.
You see Sandra post that picture 2 days ago, snow on the ground still.
And we're gonna stay live, I guess, to the end of this game, Charles. 5 minutes left.
Cool.
But
Very
five
cool.
5 minutes doesn't mean 5 minutes, you know.
Yeah. Yeah. What's the score right now?
Uh, Duke by one.
I mean, what's the score though?
65-64.
Okay. Okay.
5:45 left.
All
Carolina
right.
at the
All
free
right.
throw line.
All right.
Yeah.
Very cool. Very cool.
Um. Yeah. No, I'm good, Chris. Yeah. But we will stay. We'll stay live. Yeah. Um. Yeah. So in the meantime, hopefully by the time I look back up, Duke will be up by 10.
They're on
All
a
right.
run. They're on a run, brother. We're gonna be okay.
All right. So, kids, a heads up. You want custom guitar picks like all these guitar
That's
picks you
right.
see around us in this background? I bet you could probably find one or two that are actually in the picture that this guy has made. Greg at Legend Picks, his links are in the description. Um, if you want a guitar made, I know a guy,
You know a guy,
Neil
Tony.
Daly. We do, dude.
We've got some beautiful, beautiful work that he's doing that we're going to be showing here in the next few weeks, and I'm really excited. I'm privileged to know Neil and to be in a position where I got to interact with him and got to watch him build me a guitar, and he's doing it
Oh, I
again.
know, man.
God, I
I
love it. It's
know.
wonderful.
I know.
Absolutely wonderful.
Neil is absolutely. Neil is the best, dude.
That's a nice Frankie you've got there.
Go get you some of that.
I like that guitar, Tony.
Yeah, dude.
I've
I
got one
mean,
very similar to it. It's God, it's almost identical.
Yeah, man.
Very cool.
Why wouldn't you? I mean, if you wanted one. Of course.
It's a beautiful guitar.
Um, Now, what's cool though for me is this this Kramer, this 2019 Purple Kramer is gonna end up to be something totally different than what it was. Um,
Yeah, it's not even in the same realm.
no,
Yeah, there's such a custom build too.
yeah, and not only will there be a unboxing on it, but there'll be lots of pictures, videos of it, and of course Neil will be here showing it and talking about it. You know,
Yeah, man.
yeah. Um, so I am totally stoked about that. Yeah. So I wish I could tell you more, but I can't.
We've both got reveals coming up.
But I'll be
Very
able to
cool.
tell you a whole lot
Yeah,
more soon.
yeah, 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 yeah.
Yeah.
Yours will go before mine. That's for certain. Um, yeah, man. Very nice. Very nice.
Um. So what possessed you, Charles, to it's a no-brainer to me to want to have Neil build you your next guitar. I
I'll
understand that, but
tell
what
you something.
possessed you to do the 5150?
Well, I was going to do a bumblebee, and then I was going to do a circle, and I just started thinking about it, and I knew I wanted a 5150. I didn't know what version of 5150 I necessarily wanted. There's several. There's several. Um, but I narrowed it down. I'm not going to say it's going to be we'll reveal something here maybe halfway through the build. Neil's documenting it, and it's going to be extra special. Let's just say that. And it's a high end build. It's a premium build. Um, yeah, yeah. It's just great. It's great. It's going to be great content for the show. It's going to be wonderful. You guys, all you nerds out there, are going to thoroughly enjoy it. I will say this: I was going to put a reverse headstock on it. I'd been talking about it. I decided not to. I went with a traditional version of a 5150, and yeah, it's just going to be really, really nice.
What do you mean when you say traditional version?
Standard head, regular headstock. I was going to put a reverse on it. That wouldn't have been traditional at all, because Eddie wasn't a reverse headstock guy. So it'll have a standard regular headstock hockey stick. Um, yeah, it'll be a version, it'll be one of the known versions of a 5150. I don't want to give it away. You'll see. You guys will see. You'll get a kick out of it. It's going to be freaking huge. I promise. I promise. Between your guitar, Tony, and the 5150 Neil's building us,
Let me see if I have
these
a
are just
picture of the
wonderful works of art this guy's
5150.
producing for us. I love
Have
Neil.
I
I
got a
absolutely love.
picture of the 5150 in here?
There's lots of versions, lots of them,
I'm trying
lots
to
of
see.
versions. A lot of history just between the Frankie and the 5150. You'll span from 70. Well, both of those guitars were still at hand length away at 5150. They're still there today. He still has his number one 5150. He gave all the, there's a history to it. I won't go into it. It's fascinating. You nerds out there know what I'm talking about. But if you just research Frankie, in fact, if you got, we got Rob Johnson and some heavy hitters coming on here. The history of the Frankie and the history of the 5150 just in itself is amazing. And the way it morphed and became what it is and what it was, all of that. It's interesting because that's when Eddie was playing one pickup, and that history is fascinating. And then I'm fascinated with how it morphed into the Wolfgang, and how the Wolfgang was a two pickup guitar, and Eddie started utilizing a neck pickup. That's one of the different sound things that I noticed about the Hagar era when the Wolfgang was started being used in recording. That's one of the epic times when Eddie's tone actually changed. Yeah, man, we're going to get off. This ain't Halenville. Christopher, why didn't you stop me? Keith, you're supposed to stop me, man. This isn't Halenville. I'm going off on Halen guitars right now. That's okay. We love them. We love them.
It is okay. We would have already signed off, but this game is still on, so we're going to stay on and see.
How we doing? How we doing here? You're my play-by-play on this.
It is a tie or 1 point game, and yet another timeout, and yet another commercial.
How many minutes are left?
4, I think. So.
Yeah, it's creeping down. They're scoring a lot of points minute by minute.
Yeah, so like I say, last 4 minutes, hitting 4 minutes.
No, it's not.
Last 4 minutes, maybe 40 minutes. I don't think so, but there's 332, 322 tie game.
Wow. Hey, I'm going to grab a fresh cup of coffee then. I'll be right back. Right back, guys.
All right. Yeah. So a lot of timeouts called late in the game, But be sure to tune in, guys, 5 o'clock on Tuesday, 5 Eastern, for me and Charles at the Ritz for Mammoth and Dirty Honey. Gonna be a good time with some good food and some good music, and yeah. Yeah. So that's Tuesday. Let me show you the card for that. Where is it at? Right there. And that'll be Tuesday at 5 p.m. Yeah.
Those kids of mine are out in the living room right now, chomping at the bit, watching the game. They're making a lot of noise.
Yeah. So a couple minutes left, and yeah, it's going back and forth.
Yeah, very cool, man. Yeah, absolutely.
So they're playing this game in the Louisiana Superdome.
Yeah.
All right, it is a 2-point game. 2-point Carolina lead.
That's not enough. That's awesome.
Oh, all right. Duke by 1. He just hit a 3. I don't know how many timeouts these guys got, either one. I hadn't had sound on, but
I can hear my kids arguing.
mm,
I don't know if you guys can hear that or not. They're arguing, screaming at the television. That's funny. That's cool.
oh, all right. Man, these guys are trading shots back and forth. Somebody's called a timeout. It's Duke by 1 and a minute and whatever left. Charles.
Hang in there, Tony. It's going to be all right. We ain't going out like that.
All right.
Hey, Christopher. Remember that one?
Right on, dude.
Ah, man. Very cool.
Yeah, so those of you that are still with us, thanks for hanging out. We're just watching the end of this Duke
You got
Carolina game, historic game on April 2nd, 2022.
that's the new butt cheeks.
Coach K's last season.
Yep, it's the end of an age. The end of an
Yeah.
age, guys. Quite literally.
So yeah, so those of you that are still hanging on, thanks for hanging on.
Hey, you guys rock. You guys rock.
Yeah. We'll get out of here soon. It's a minute and some left. Minute 18, Duke by 1. Holy moly, Charles Greene. Somebody's going to win it or somebody's going to lose it right here, dude.
Well, it's not going to be us. I'm sitting over here, massive confidence right now. Not even worried. We go down in flames. We go down together, Tony. That's the way we see it. Us in the chat. I'm texting trash right now to one of my kids.
This is a nail biter.
What's the score and where are we?
Minute left, tied up.
Really?
He just hit the front end 2. Carolina. All right.
Excellent. Christopher's on it.
Yeah. Less
Keith
than
Campbell. That's cool. That is so cool.
Ooh, Lord.
Talk to me, Tony. Let me
It's
know. You're
getting
my
good.
play-by-play, brother. I can't go by these
Carolina.
crazy people in my living room.
Oh, okay. So you're
I can't
not
go by
watching
it.
it.
I'm not watching it. They're out there hooping and
Carolina
hollering.
by 1, 46 seconds left.
All right.
Um,
That ain't the end of the game. It's not over yet.
no. So Duke's got the ball. One of the big guns for Carolina just fouled out. Duke's at the line, 1-1.
Excellent.
2 shots. He missed the front end.
That's a free throw. How's he going to miss a free throw?
Come
It's
on,
free.
dude. Fuck, he missed them both, dude.
Really? That's not good, brother. That's not good.
Carolina just hit a 3. And Duke just ran down, hit a 2. So it's still a 2-point game with 17 seconds left.
Good Lord. All right.
Yeah, 78-76 with 17.4 seconds. Yeah, Carolina stormed back and hit a 3, and then Duke ran it down, and they let them lay it up. But, yeah.
Dean Lowry, Tony, is sent you a little message in the chat here. He's having trouble sending you, getting you your Gmail.
Watch out for flying guitar picks at Gmail. All one word, lowercase.
Come on, give me a Dick Vitale, Tony. I need it. Play by play.
So there's I think they're going to say it was a foul before the shot, but Duke's got the ball down by 3 with 10.4 seconds left.
That's not good.
I remember, oh man. Yeah. I remember in '92, Grant Hill making the inbounds pass to Gnfnr with 2.1 seconds left, and he caught the 60-foot pass in the air, dribbled once and juked, and he was standing at the free throw line when he caught it. So Carolina's up by 3 with 10.4. Duke is at the free throw line.
Are they getting? Was that an intentional foul? Are they getting 3 or 2? How many are they getting to throw?
He made the first, so.
Okay.
And he missed the second, and they fouled him immediately, of course. All right, 7.8 seconds left.
And it's a 2-point game right now?
Yeah, dude.
It would be a 1-point game if he'd made that second shot. If he hadn't missed the 2 free throws previously, it'd be Duke's game right now, in theory.
Yeah. All right, so Carolina's at the line. They made the first.
Of course they did. Shit.
And somebody's called a timeout.
How many seconds left?
7.8.
Okay, that's right. It's still in timeout. I got you.
So he's still got another shot at the free throw line. So if he makes that, it's over.
3-point. That's right. It's 3-point game.
No,
Well,
it is now. If he makes this, it's over. It's a
it's
4-point
4-point.
game.
Yeah.
We'll see. Yeah, that's all they got. So, yeah. He made it. All right. 7.8. You got to make this. All right. He missed it. It's over. All right.
It went silent out there. It went silent. That can't be good.
That's all right. So Carolina will play Kansas on Monday night for the national championship. And Roy Williams, they've been showing him all night. He'll be there, I'm sure. You know.
Yeah.
He's a Kansas guy. Okay. Well, that Coach K came here in 1979, and yeah, won 5
Yep.
national
5 of
championships,
them. That's
5,
right. That's the end of an
and
age, man. This is the end of an age. No doubt
ended
about it.
up being the winningest coach in college basketball.
Yep.
Yeah. So,
Not too shabby.
no, he's coached a lot of great teams. You know, there's so many teams since 1980 that he's coached that, you know,
Yeah.
and this group among many others. Um, but he's had a great run here, and it's been such a privilege to be so close and to um, yeah, all this happens right down the road from me. Duke and Carolina are 9 miles apart, and um, yeah, so when it comes to college sports, you're pretty much either one or the other, or you're a North Carolina State fan, um, which I know a few of them.
Yes, you do. We both do.
But yeah, so Hubert Davis, ex Carolina player, new Carolina coach, is playing for the national title in his first year. That's pretty impressive.
It's very impressive.
Yeah, hats off to Hubert Davis. Um, but yeah, Roy was there tonight, and he'll be there Monday. I am sure against Kansas. That's going to be a heck of a game. Yeah, but yeah, no, it is fun. It's a shame that K couldn't win number 6 on his way out, but he's had he's done enough.
Yeah, he's been there, done.
He's coached Olympic teams. He coached the Dream Team. Let's not forget that. You
Yeah,
know.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah. All right.
Hey, shout out to Dean Lowry, man. You killed it, brother. Very cool.
So
Very
Dean,
cool.
were you able to? Let's see if he was able to before we go
I
ahead
saw
and.
his last, I think it was his last one. I said he was going to try that, Tony. Let me see if he, I don't see any other correspondence.
Yeah, I've got him.
Very cool. I
Yeah.
don't know, Christopher, if there is any British Electric Blues tonight. Um, they had a show last night. I know they did because I started watching the rerun. I catch the reruns most of the time. I love that channel.
Andrew was live on the 5150 show a couple hours before this broadcast.
Was it?
He went early. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, he
well,
did.
something else I get to catch up on. Very cool.
Yeah.
Very cool. Yeah, you guys all be well, man. It's so good to spend time with you guys.
Yeah. All right, kids. Thanks for
Thank
hanging
you.
out. We'll be back here next week for another episode of Show Me Your Pick. And we will next week be rolling out our new trivia,
Yeah, that's gonna
and
be
you
so much fun.
guys are going to dig this. So, Sandra will ask you 10 questions about music and rock and roll trivia, and then I'll come in with no knowledge of the questions, and I'll be asked the same questions by Sandra. And, you know, so we'll get we'll get to see who knows their rock and roll. Yeah,
It'll be a lot of fun, you guys.
this is going to be fun. This is going to be fun. So
Be well. Be well.
that'll
You.
be next week. But Tuesday, we'll be right back here live, doing it right here. Me and Charles over in Raleigh.
We're going to get some tacos, Tony.
Yes, dude. Yeah. So some good food nearby, some good music, some good times live before Mammoth and Dirty Honey on Tuesday, upcoming, couple of days away.
That's right.
Yeah.
That is right.
All right. On behalf of all of us here at Show Me Your Pick, Sandra, Brendan, Charles, Kid, Tommy, thanks for being here. Thanks for hanging out.
You guys.
We'll be right back here next week. Same time, same bat time, same bat channel. All
Rock
right.
on, you guys.
Take care.